welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm collaborating with a bunch of other super creative and talented DIY YouTubers to share with you a couple of beautiful Christmas DIYs to get you super inspired for the holiday season. I'm super excited to see what these ladies are going to create, and if you are too, I will leave links to all of their videos and their channels in the description box below, so be sure to check them out after this video. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video today. My name is Kirstie and welcome to my little corner of the internet. I love to make videos all about home decor, DIYs, home tours, and Christmas is my absolute favorite season. I'm super pumped this year. I have a little baby girl and it's her first Christmas, which just makes it absolutely so special. And if you'd like to stick around and become part of my YouTube family, all you need to do is click that subscribe button. Now, without further ado, let's get into the Christmas DIYs. The first DIY that I'm sharing with you today are these beautiful letters, perfect for hanging from your stockings to personalize them for each family member. To begin, I'm going to use these wooden letters that I picked up from Michael's, and I'm using a 1/8 size drill bit to make a hole in the top of each letter in order to thread string through and hang them from our stockings. Now, once I've done this on each letter, and you can see that I've done it in a different spot on each one depending on how I wanted it to hang, I'm going to use some basic white acrylic paint to paint each of my letters. Now, it does not have to be perfect for this. The imperfect look works beautifully for these letters, especially because we are going to distress them a little bit later. I just did one coat on each side and then went back in with a second coat in spots where it needed it, but not all over. Once our letters have dried, I'm going to use a fairly fine grit sanding block to distress the edges of each letter, and this just really helps bring out the detail in the letters. You can see mine have these ridges and different intricate details on them, and this really helped to display them, as opposed to when they were just plain white, they were quite flat and a lot of the detail was lost. If you prefer, you could also use a metallic paint to do a dry brush effect instead of the sanding. This would also look beautiful. Now it's time to decorate each letter. I have a variety of greenery and different floral picks, as well as these beautiful bells. First off, I'm going to thread some string through the hole before creating a very simple knot and hiding it at the back of the letter. First, I'm going to use this greenery. This will be the base for my little floral arrangements on each letter, and I'm using a small amount of hot glue to secure it in place. I'm using the hole that I created on each letter as a starting point for my floral arrangement and working out around the letter from there. At the very center of my arrangement, I am hot gluing in place a little bell. I just deconstructed the string of bells that I purchased. I will leave a link to everything that I used in the description box below in case you're interested in any of these particular items. Now you can see that I'm just going back in and adding a few more little pieces of greenery until I'm happy with the look. I also created a very, very simple bow and have added that in the top of the bell. This just hides all the inner workings where the hot glue is holding the florals in place and finishes the piece off really elegantly and beautifully. Now this is the final letter, and I think they look absolutely stunning to personalize my stockings this year. For the second DIY today, I'm creating these super simple holiday place cards that are going to work beautifully on my Christmas table this year. To begin, I'm using these 3-inch grapevine wreaths. Again, I picked these up from Michael's. They were 50 cents each or even less, I believe. And I'm using this flocked greenery pick to decorate each of my grapevine wreaths. To do this, I'm simply snipping off a length that will cover approximately half of the grapevine wreath. Then I'm just finding a good spot to be able to secure the greenery to my wreath before adding a very small amount of hot glue. Again, remember these are very tiny grapevine wreaths. And then adding in my small piece of greenery into the wreath. I'm then shaping it around the wreath so that it sits really nicely against it before adding another small amount of hot glue about halfway along my piece of greenery just to make sure it stays in place. Next, I printed off the names of all of my guests onto a piece of cardstock. I used a printer because I can't do beautifully scripted lettering. However, if you are really good at that, I think this would be beautiful handwritten as well. Then I'm just creating a very small fishtail in the end of each of the name tags, just for an extra little bit of detail, and punching a small hole in the opposite end. Then I've just thread a bit of twine through the hole before tying it onto the grapevine wreath. Another lovely way you could do this is to use fresh rosemary if you were making this much closer to Christmas than I am, and it would make your table smell really beautiful as well. And that's it. These really simple place cards are complete and ready to wow your guests for the holidays. DIYs left you feeling super inspired and ready to start creating and decorating for the holidays. If you decide to give them a go, please let me know how they work out for you because I would love to hear from you. If you liked this video today, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. And don't forget to go and check out my YouTube friends' DIY videos right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.